What's up, Doc Daily? It is me, Detroit Lenny, with Raphael Sparza. That's who's here today on a Friday. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. No Robert today. He's man of the world, traveling. I don't know. He's not here today. So it's just me and Raphael today. We'll get the job done for you. We got a little bit of NBA to talk about, slow college basketball stuff on, some Ivy League action that I like. Also, I don't want to open my mouth yet because there's 3 minutes left in this game. Canada, Finland, 2-2, going with 3 minutes left in the third period. I don't want to say it, but like I'm on Finland plus goals, and I'm gonna tell you right now, real quick, I'm on Slovakia plus goals tonight against the United States. 2.5 goals is too much at this point in the Olympic round.
I agree. I said it all day yesterday. I did a lot of media yesterday, and I said that one of these two powerhouse teams that everyone wants to see in the gold medal, Canada versus USA, one of them won't be there. And I'm not saying I'm anti-American or anti-Canada.
Right.
I just
think no smoke. USA, go America. But
I'm just saying it's way too many goals. I took plus both goals in both games today because I just think the pressure on these, not only the players, but the flag that they wear on their jersey, that's a lot of pressure. And then if you're USA, you saw women's win in overtime.
What a
Talk
game.
about more pressure on that one. So like I said, I'm not saying I'm hate hockey in Canada, even though they invented the sport and they didn't win yesterday against USA. I'm not saying that USA is going to lose today, but I just think the pressure of both teams, I think the pressure might be too much for one of these teams. And right now we're seeing it 2-2 in Canada versus Finland.
First of all, shout out Megan Keller, Farmington Hills, Michigan, native. Okay, game-winning gold medal goal. Shout out to women's hockey. If you didn't watch that game, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It was a great game. It really was a good game. I mean, I watched more Olympic hockey yesterday. Yeah, I don't care if it was women's or not. I mean, I watched more than that than I did the NBA. I'll tell you that much.
Isn't it ironic? And I know people are probably not going to like this in the chat or be saying this, but yesterday announced on ESPN that no more Sunday Night Baseball. They're going to put women's sports on there. The same day, everyone is praising women's sports for us bringing the gold. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say, great game, go USA, go women's, and then bash a half hour saying that, oh, I can't believe ESPN's not showing baseball. They're going to show women's sports. You can't have both, people. I'm sorry. I love watching the WNBA. I love watching. They're going to have beach volleyball when it's their season on ESPN. And let's face it, ESPN lost baseball to Amazon and Apple TV and all that. So it's not like ESPN just canceled all baseball. They already lost baseball to the other streaming services.
What I love about the MLB is every game I want to watch is on MLB Network. So I buy the MLB package. Yeah. It's all there, unless it's on one of these crazy things, Sunday Night Baseball, this, that, or whatever. And if it's 12 Sundays, whatever it is, 15 or however, Canada's on a power play with 1.5 minutes left in the game. I'm sorry. I'm a little distracted here, folks. I will say that. Which bullshit power play too. I'm just saying, if this game goes into overtime, Finland plus 2.5 is a rocket chair winner. I think.
If this game goes into overtime, then we won't have to look up at the TVs because they would be in a little bit intermission break, and we might talk fast in the show so we can watch the overtime play. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, though. We could jump right into Olympic hockey. New customers, free $60 account if you're brand new to Doc Sports. DocSports.com/free60 is where you could try out Raphael's premium plays. Absolutely free. Free $60 account. You'll have money left over. You do whatever you want as far as day pass, week pass, season pass. You do you. Free 60 is in the description of the video. Just click the link, take you right over to the website. Also, don't forget about YouTube Premium. Become a premium member. It's $4.99 a month. Links in the description. Canada just scored. 35 seconds left. I'm okay with this. Yeah, I'm okay with it because I got Finland plus 2.5. So I know you're on Finland straight up.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
No. I said
I did
one
a
of them would
video.
lose. I am not that crazy to bet one of them will lose. I took plus goals on both games.
I did a video earlier today. Shout out, check out the parlay video with Vernon and August Young, and oh, nice goal too. Sorry, and Vernon was in the basement of a Canadian sports bar doing the video. Now you don't get it's not as hostage situation as it might sound. It's a nice sports bar. It had like ping pong tables, pool tables. It was nice. Wasn't a dingy basement by any means. But after the video, we were done. He takes me upstairs, and I'm like, wow, Vernon, Canadian sports bars aren't even up for this game. I'm like, I get it. It's 8:00 in the morning, but you guys don't party like that or what? And he takes me upstairs, and it is a sea of red and white jerseys from Canadian jerseys. I mean, like hundreds of people packed into this, like for you Vegas PTs. Basically,
How come they didn't have all 3 floors packed? I remember watching. I remember watching a World Cup.
Him in the bar back. I'm like, I don't understand.
Watching a World Cup soccer game in Vegas at 2 a.m, and it was jam packed. And if they had a second level, it would be jam packed. So if Canada jam packed 2 levels, that's sad for them.
I'm just saying, I'm about to hit the Santa Fe at lunchtime to watch some USA hockey. For my Vegas people, that's where I'll be. Whose idea was it to take App State? I'm going with yours, Kurt. I'm going with yours. I'm just saying. It was my idea to take Montana and Montana State. I was on separately, Montana and Montana State, and they both lost. So I feel like if America beats either Finland or Canada in the gold medal game, I think we should acquire Finland or Canada, and then we should trade Montana.
Or we can move Montana to Greenland. Give Greenland.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay because, I mean, Montana, whatever. I know there's somebody in the chat that watches, and they're from Montana. I want you to write a strongly worded letter to your congressman, your representatives there, and let them know that they're terrible. Only bet I got today is Detroit Mercy so far. So that was the first bet I made. Let's talk about some. Now they're disputing if this was offsides.
Yep. Well, let's piggyback.
Talk college basketball because we're gonna go down a rabbit hole. Let's talk today's college basketball. At the end of the show, tune in, stick around. Raphael's gonna go over 5 kind of rapid fire style games he likes for tomorrow. He's gonna give you a lean, kind of a little bit of information on what he likes there. Early look for some tomorrow games, 5 of them.
And I got betting numbers and a sportsbook gave me betting numbers. They're not out yet. Sportsbook already gave me the betting numbers that they're going to put out.
Inside information, so to speak. I use that word loosely. I don't want to trouble YouTube either way. But let's talk about some college basketball for today's action. This game here, I'm on Detroit Mercy in a game which I think they're the better team than Milwaukee here. And they're not. I'm not going to say. I'm not trying. I'm not a homer here. I don't even know where Detroit Mercy's college is. It's in Detroit. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm assuming it's in Detroit, but I couldn't tell you where. It's not.
It's in Hammond, Indiana. It's in Hammond, Indiana, where the Bears are going to play.
Oh my God! I almost forgot. I can't wait to talk to Griffin Murphy tomorrow. The Bears officially left the city of Chicago. Not officially.
It's not. That's just. I'm not buying it. But that's another story. Maybe I'll jump on tomorrow's show and sneak peek. Maybe I'll jump in on the show and make fun of Griffin with you tomorrow, just for
kids and giggles. The Lions have never ever left the city of Detroit. Okay. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I knock on wood. But this game here, I'm on Detroit Mercy here. I'm on some small stuff. I accidentally have too much. I like.
Well, let me jump on you, Detroit. I'm a little bit shocked that your number came down. It was 2.5. I thought we were going to see 3, and then it went down to 1.5 in some shops. Yeah. I know Milwaukee's won back-to-back games, but they still have dropped 7 out of their last 10. They're on the road. They've always struggled on the road. Detroit has covered 4 out of their last 5. So I'm a little bit confused on the line movement. This is one of those ones that I'm not the biggest money line better, but if you can get a cheap price on the money line at 1.5, I would make it look at that one. But I really thought we were going to see 3.5 by now in this game.
I took the money. The line's 1.5 is where I saw it, and I instantly bet the money line at -125, and that's what that was the best line I got at, probably 2 o'clock Eastern time. It was 10, 11 o'clock my time last night. So I bet that, and I thought, this number's probably going to climb. So I thought that I really thought that the number would be closer to 3, 4.
It'll be interesting to see what happens to close the rest of the afternoon.
Right. It is early it's 1 o'clock Eastern, so we got 20 seconds left in this hockey game. I hate to tell you this, and there's an empty net. So yeah, I'm on that. I'm on Princeton today, in some Ivy League action, and 2 bottom feeder teams in the Ivy League, against Brown. I just, no matter what breakdown I give on Princeton and Brown, it's just going to sound ugly. So I don't know how to tell you guys this, but I held my nose and I took Princeton money line +110.
I like the Canisius Rider bet, the over.
Okay.
I know it's 131.5. Both teams, I'm not running to the window because they both
Right.
suck. But when you have 2 bad teams, usually defense goes out the window. And if Sacred Heart could score over 70 points against Riders defense, I think Canisius will. So I thought the total was just a tad too low. Miami of Ohio, could they stay perfect tonight at home against Bowling Green? You know what I like to do on my spare time when I'm not handicapping? I like to set odds to sportsbook. Will Miami of Ohio stay undefeated in the regular season? A lot of U.S. books picked this one up as well. But no, -$2.
No. So I asked longtime viewer here in the chat, Scott. I don't see him yet, but our guy Scott, big Miami Ohio fan. Canada wins 3-2. I'm pretty sure. There's no time left, but anyways, I asked him, would you rather go further in the dance in the March Madness bracket? Because I don't think anybody thinks they're going to win the damn thing. But do you want them to go further and maybe make a Sweet 16 or an Elite 8 run? Or would you rather have a perfect season, regular season? And he's like, perfect season. He said perfect season. He wants a regular season because he has no misconceptions about, how far they're going to go in the tournament. He's like, if they make it to the Sweet 16, that's great. But realistically, I'll take the perfect season because you could talk about that for years. And nobody's going to talk about the Sweet 16 appearance you made. You know what I mean? Like, so I get that.
I understand his scenario, but when March Madness starts, we talk about the Cinderellas, the teams that almost did it. We're going to see the Butler missed half-court shot that could have prevented them many moons ago. We're not going to show highlights of Miami of Ohio going perfect during March Madness. Yes, college basketball this season is very rare that we have this freshman class, very potent, carrying college basketball this year. But I'd rather go to Sweet 16, maybe grade 8 of Miami of Ohio, and maybe have 1 loss or even 2 losses coming into the tournament. Because if people are going to remember that, then they are going to remember going perfect.
I actually, I'm on Miami, Ohio, -8. I think Bowling Green's horrible here. This isn't a play on Miami, Ohio, as much as it is Bowling Green's offense and how terrible they are. But to be fair, Miami, Ohio, here's where I'm going. I took the -8 tonight. It's Friday night, home game, right? They got one more home game.
One more.
It's not on Friday night. This is the last big game at their gym on a weekend night for these kids. I think they show out. And then if they lose, this is a game. Well, if they're going to lose, it's going to be somewhere like Eastern Michigan's up next, Western Michigan's up next, on the road, back-to-back. Well, not back-to-back nights, but back-to-back on the road games in Eastern Michigan, in Western Michigan. I got news for you. For my people that don't know Michigan, they are really on the other side. They're about 5 hours away. So there's some travel involved from Eastern Michigan to Western Michigan. They're about 4 hours away. So from each other. So there's a little bit of travel. I think that's a spot where Miami maybe slips. Or maybe that last game a year against the Ohio Bobcats. Somewhere like that. the Ohio Bobcats. Put some respect on their name. But tonight is not the night that Detroit
No,
University runs. I
that's,
don't think today's the night that they fall. Or I mean,
that's
not
what
Detroit University, Miami, Ohio.
I thought tonight's card was, I don't want to say weak, but maybe because I'm just so excited for tomorrow's games, which we'll talk
Yeah.
about that in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Mhm.
But Indiana, yes, they lose, but can they cover? Yes. I think St. Louis blows out to VCU just because how St. Louis lost
Right.
during the week. They're going to be pissed off. You just mentioned Miami of Ohio, but let's face it, if you're looking at the college basketball schedule, tomorrow is creme of the creme. So yes, I know there's some good games, some good value on there, but wow, it'll
I
be
feel like
interesting.
I'm getting a
NBA has some.
little. I'm getting a little degenerate today. Like I'm getting action because I want action. I'm all jacked up for this USA game in Olympic hockey, and I'm on a few other games. I stayed away from St. Louis, VCU. Real quick though, my guy Stop Geo is in the chat. He's down on West Mix. So this is what I grew up down there. I'm six McNichols and Gratiot. I'm right down there in that's east. You're west side. I'm on the east side, but shout out to my guy there. I'd rather be up at Central, to be honest. Central, we're talking about Eastern and Michigan, Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan. Central's the Chippewas has a better school.
Yeah, but that's like out in nowhere. Like you have to.
No, Michigan looks like this, folks. Looks like this. Well, it looks like this, like this. Detroit's right here, like right here, like the very corner. Western Michigan's over here. Eastern Michigan's like right here. Central, nice area. Real nice in the middle of the hand. What about this? Real quick. This is future bet. I'm going to pick your brain here. If you already have the Pistons to win the East at plus 1,500, would you rebet it at plus 450? I wouldn't.
No.
Right? You shouldn't do that.
No.
Stop, Gio. Stop. Don't stop where you're at, though. Keep it moving because that's not an area to stop and park. Keep it moving. But I don't know if I would do this. I just like let my money ride on that 1,500.
Yeah. Because then, I mean, if you have 1,500, you can hedge when you get close into that. Because now you're dealing with double dipping at, I don't know how much money you can put down on your two bets at 1,500. But let's say you have $100 on your 1,500. Now you're getting $1,500. But now if you're 100 at 450 and you want to hedge, now you're dipping in to some of the money that you already put in instead of your one bet. So I would just keep it at the 1,500.
Detroit basketball. There's no hedging in Detroit. Hedging's for gardeners where we come from. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding.
That's a great ticket he has, though. 15 to 1. That's a great
1,500 is a good. That's good. I wish I would have had it. We talked about this a little bit the other day on Doc's Daily about pop futures and if you do a lot of futures and stuff like that. Some I will, more football stuff, but I'm not doing no baseball futures or anything like that. It's just too long for me to hold my money out.
That's why you've had this discussion before. If you're gonna bet futures, have a separate sports book. You have a book that you're just using this for futures and maybe line shopping.
Yeah. Okay. So this answer, you only bet like $2 on plus 1,500. I generally never bet futures. So yeah, now I'd smash the shit out of it. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm really high on my Pistons after last night.
Boy, am I old school when someone says I have $2 on it. Like before, when I was back, you can't bet $2 on futures. It was always $5 or more back in the day. So boy, am I. Thanks, Stop You. You just made me feel really old, right?
Yeah, you don't mind putting a few bucks on the plus 450 now. Overall, though, I hear what you guys say. Yeah. We're all on the same page. I think my Pistons are living rent-free in the Knicks' head after last night's beat down. And I also think that they have the East should be shook. The NBA East should be worried about my Pistons. And I don't want to brag. All year, I'm nowhere near a homer on my Pistons as I am like my Lions. I could look at the Lions schedule and I'll tell you right now how they go 17-0 for next year. I'll tell you right now, right? But I'm not that way with the Pistons. Not that way with the Pistons.
You shouldn't be that way with the Lions either. The East, it's Detroit's to lose. You just said it. They live in the New York's head.
Yeah.
Only thing that might scare me, and I'm not too scared if I'm a Piston fan, is the Celtics. Because if an injured guy that's coming off a torn Achilles and Jason Tatum comes back, yes, that could be good, but it also could be bad because it can mess up the chemistry, mess up
Yeah.
the rotation. I'm hearing that he is coming back. They are looking at maybe March 1st. That's what I am hearing. But I also heard that he will be coming off the bench only throughout the whole season. Even in the NBA playoffs, he says they're only going to bring him off the
Then
bench for
why
controlled.
bother?
I think if they were in the middle of the pack, or maybe out of the outside looking in the playoffs, they would just like
They,
with the Mavericks did with Kyrie Irving. They just
right.
sit them out. I think with the
Oh,
East
right.
being, I hate to say the East being so weak, just because I love the Detroit Pistons. I think they're gonna be a hard out. But name me anybody else. Miami, no. Cleveland, I'm not sold. So I think that's why he wants to play, because he sees an Eastern Conference championship.
So I was worried about the Cavs prior to the trade deadline. I didn't like the moves they made at the deadline, so I'm not worried about the Cavs any longer. I still think, like, I mean, I'll say this right now. I mean, I just think we own the Knicks, but in a 7-game series, I'm not, I mean, it's going to be a dogfight. I don't think the Pistons sweep them, even though they beat them 3 times this year handedly. I don't think the Knicks get swept by the Pistons in a 7-game series. The Celtics, with or without Jason Tatum, it's just something about the Celtics. They're just, and again, in a 7-game series, I think the Pistons can win both of those series, but I don't think that they are gonna run through people the way that they are in the regular season. They look like Michigan at the beginning of the year, beating people like by 20, 30, just dominant. I other than that, I mean, the Raptors, maybe. I don't think the
No,
Raptors are
no.
really any good. I mean, they're
It's
good.
a 2, maybe 3 team race in the East. West is totally different, but in the East, it's a 2, like I said,
The
maybe
West,
a 3.
I think we could beat the Thunder, but I don't know if we could beat the Spurs.
I was just gonna say, I don't have the Thunder winning it this year. I
Yeah, I
have
was
the
gonna say,
Spurs. I think the Spurs are a very deep team. They can stretch you out, and they have a alien that can shoot threes.
yeah, 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 exactly.
Even Barack Obama said yesterday the aliens are here, and he was talking about Wemby.
Talking about, yeah, I mean, I think OKC's, they don't. After last year, I feel like nobody talks about how good they are because they're just supposed to be that good again this year. But they are
They've
quietly
had
down,
they fell down to earth. Injury bug has gotten them this year. Last year they had no really major
down to
injuries.
earth, and they're still 42-14 in
Yeah, but
top of the
remember
West.
2 months ago we were talking about they're going to beat the Golden State Warriors 9-loss team. They're looking to be
Yeah.
better than the Bulls back then. So yeah, even though their record still shows that they're good, but they're back down to earth. And you want to learn something who has rent free? The Spurs are living in OKC's head rent free.
Yeah, I hear you there. Anything you do like in the NBA that stood out for you today? I mean,
Little puzzled that the Pelicans are 4.5 point favorites, and they shouldn't be that big of a favorite. I thought maybe 1, 2. I'm going to go back. I had yesterday. I had Indiana, Washington. I had plus 2.5 at Washington. Now, again, don't double mortgage your house to go bet the Pacers and a Wizard game. But no team should be a road favorite. And when it comes to those teams, the Wizards won. Now you only laying -1. I mean, then maybe just take the money line again with Washington. So I'm a little bit puzzled on that one, but I think the game tonight is Clippers Lakers.
yeah, I mean, that's going to be a good game. I mean, I got a little teaser going for Milwaukee and Utah plus points. Plus 4 points. So Utah plus 6.5, Milwaukee plus 7.5, minus 110.
I have a free play that I posted because I do free plays because I get yelled at by the guy next to me if I don't. I have Denver Portland first half over at 115.5. Now I bet this at 115.5 when they moved the total from 239 to 241. They didn't move the first half number until like maybe 45 minutes to an hour. I would still take it at 116 and 116 and a half. Yes, Denver played last night, but Portland loves to shoot the three early. They like to score a lot early. I always play them first quarter bets as well. I think there's really good value at still 116 and a half. I think it is for first half on that game.
That's nuts. That is just nuts. I didn't really
Kind of stuff I look at, people. I look at.
Yeah, this is the weirdo that he is. That Purdue Indiana game, though, we mentioned that briefly. What I mean, Purdue rolls right after getting curb stomped by Michigan.
I don't want to
Is it
say
too
rolls. They
obvious?
win. They win this game. Ooh, that's a big number. I can see
Uh,
the back door being open and junky three, some late free throws from Indiana, or a missed shot for Purdue and stuff like that. I think Purdue, yes, they roll. I think I see them winning like by 8, 9 points.
I thought the number for St. Louis and VCU was pretty spot on too. So I stayed away from that. I felt like I was too degenerate in, Manhattan and Detroit Mercy and Princeton games.
This is a perfect example of the VCU St. Louis game. Opened up at 7.5, and what's the number right now? 7.5. So we're looking at overnight and morning numbers. Though even the wise guys have really not touched this game. So normally when you see that, that means the number is pretty correct, pretty good on now that. So if you see a number move a point or a point and a half from last night to maybe right now, then yes, getting some betting action. But that just tells me they're getting A, really good 50-50 action, and B, the number's correct. So don't make a video and say, odds maker errors. Like you see these other people do stuff like that. It drives me crazy.
I don't know if they're overrated. I think 7.5 is a lot to. I just think that number is too big. But I'm not willing to lay it with VC. I'm not willing to take the points with VCU either.
Yeah, I like St. Louis because they lost. They went to Rhode Island and lost. They had multiple times to winning that game, so stealing that road game. So they're going to be pretty PO'd. I think they've won 16 straight at home this year alone.
Yeah,
they play really well on the road as well. So I just think they're going to come off a little bit PO'd. Even though VCU, I think they've won 7 of their last 9 road games, but it's a perfect number. I don't see any value.
Yeah, VCU did lose to them back. What was that? I'm looking right here. January 7th.
Was that January? Yeah.
Yeah, January 7th, Wednesday, January 7th, 71-62. I don't know. I didn't feel the need to jump on VCU, but let's talk about some Saturday college basketball real quick. Let me prompt some stuff up here. Put that 360 up there, just so you guys know. Links in the description of the video. Use that 360 on Raphael's premium plays over at Doc Sports. What do you got going on tonight before we talk about Saturday?
I do have NBA plays. The only thing I've been cash tickets because sometimes you just get ice cold and sometimes you get red hot. And right now I'm on the other side of the pillow, but nice NBA run. I think I've cashed 6 out of the last 8. I have a 6-unit play today. Really was hoping for a result on this game that made this number what it is. So I think I'm on the right side because my number was kind of almost 3 points different coming on this one. So I really like this lake. And I have a 3-unit. Like I said, I'm not big on this college basketball card. I have a 3-unit play. Had Portland State last night in college hoops, so we're looking for back-to-back winners. And then I have a NBA prop bet, which again, I am totally blown away. How did I cash Carl Anthony Towns points and rebounds yesterday?
We were talking about this before the show, yeah.
And the way he played yesterday, I literally did not knew I won that prop bet until this morning. When I was graded, when I was seeing that last night, the way Detroit owned New York, the way he played in the first half, I actually went to another source to see if maybe ESPN posted the wrong box score because it's happened. I'm sure it's happened before, but yeah,
somebody fat fingers something somewhere along the line.
Yeah, totally blown away on cashing Cat yesterday on points and rebounds for the Knicks.
Siena over 64.5. Is that team total?
Yeah, right? Team total.
Gotta be.
Obviously. Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that play.
Oh, against Merrimack.
Yeah. Total's already moved to, is probably going to move another half a point. So if you're going to look at a 3-point difference, the number has been the same, 64.5 since this morning. So I like that. You figure Sienna's going to want to control their tempo, play their game, and I think Miramac's going to have no answer for that.
There you go. All right, let's get into it. I got 5 college basketball games here from Raphael that we're going to talk about for Saturday, February 21st. Don't forget about that free $60 account. Link is in the description of the video. You can use that on his premium plays over at Doc Sports. All you got to do is click the link, take it right over to the website, get in on the action over there. First game we're going to talk about here, North Carolina and the Tar Heels heading to New York, taking on Syracuse in the Orange. What says you, Raphael? What do you got for us?
Well, this is going to be an interesting game, but first I picked games that tomorrow's a huge day. We got Arizona at Houston, Michigan versus Duke, and Iowa State at BYU. But these 5 games I want to kind of break down and talk about are the 5 games you should not miss as well. And UNC on the road versus Syracuse, -3.5, total 152.5. I don't know if I would look at North Carolina because since they lost Caleb Wilson, they have not looked the same. Their offense has been struggling. I know Cuse has dropped 7 out of their last 10 games, but they are 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games. And when you're North Carolina, you're still trying to find an answer. I would maybe look at Syracuse, aka Robert Fringle School.
There you have it. All right, second one, Kentucky and the Wildcats taking on Auburn Tigers here. I don't like this game at all.
I'm a little bit blown away at this number. Auburn is the favorite 2.5. We'll probably see 3 when all the numbers come out. Why? Auburn has dropped 5 straight. Yeah. This game is not about Auburn being at home and dropping 5 straight. This is about Kentucky, who have lost back-to-back games, and we're hearing grumblings about maybe Pope, the Kentucky head coach, being out. I would really, really be cautious on this game. I think it's a great one. I think it's a more must-win for Kentucky because if you're Kentucky, you don't want to come into March Madness struggling badly in conference play or going to conference tournament. I would wait to see if you can get a better number if you're looking to bet Kentucky.
There you have it. Third game on the slate, Texas and the Longhorns taking on Georgia and the Bulldogs. We just talked about them.
Yeah, this is a different one because this is all about seeding in the conference play and the NCAA tournament. I think Georgia will probably open up anywhere between 1.5 to 2, probably get bet up to 2.5. Total is probably going to be in the mid 160s. I think there's value on the over there. Texas beat Georgia by double digits, 87-67 in Texas. So can Georgia, get some redemption in this game? It's going to be very interesting. Georgia 11-4 at home. A lot of those games, high scoring games. Take a look at that total if it does drop.
There you go. UConn and the Huskies taking on Villanova and the Wildcats.
This is all about UConn. How are they going to come back after their coach just pretty much laid them out saying you were lazy, your defense sucked? It's a bounce back game for UConn. I do believe they do win this game against Nova, even though Nova's at home. But one thing that does scare me, Creighton went to UConn and beat them on their home court. What did Villanova do to Creighton in Kansas? They won 80-69. If I can get maybe plus 2.5 or higher, I may have to take a shot at Nova.
I don't know if I could do that. Creighton's angry. UC San Diego, UC Irvine, battle of the Tritons versus the Anteaters. Late game here, 10 o'clock Eastern time.
I love me some big West basketball. And this is all about how Hawaii has been playing. Hawaii just coming off a loss to Cal Poly at home. They're in second place in that conference. The Anteaters are number 1. This is a big game for the Anteaters, who have won 6 out of their last 8 games. You have Hawaii and Northridge knocking on your door. This is one of those games you cannot slip up. UC Irvine should be a -3 or 3.5. If you can get anything lower, which I'm hoping for, because it might be one of my big release plays, I'm looking for the Anteaters tomorrow. The total will probably around 145, 146.
There you have it. 5 college basketball plays for Saturday, February 21st from Raphael Esparza. I'm Detroit Lenny, Doc Sports. Appreciate you guys all stopping by. Don't forget to hit the like button. Drop in the comment section what you're into, side total, prop, or otherwise, for Saturday college basketball. We'll see you guys for Doc's Daily Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Me and Griffin Murphy. Good luck, unless you guys are against us. Take care.